Devlin Knights, it's Mrs. Jordahl. I'm so happy to see all of you. I have been away from Nevlin for a few months because I had a baby, and now I am back, and I'm excited to do some learning with you again. So Mrs. Witham read you a story on Monday, and it was called The Fun Club Goes to the Post Office. And if you didn't get a chance to hear the story, I would go back and listen to that, okay? Because what I'm going to want you to do today is to think about something you learned. And I know Miss Dooley also did a video for yesterday about just more things to go with the story and some vocabulary words. So maybe you also want to take a look at her video, and that will help you now for today. What we are going to do is write a sentence about something that we learned. And I know Mrs. Nelson has been doing these with you the last couple weeks, so you could also look at her videos if you want to get some ideas and some reminders of how to write a sentence. But remember that it always should have a capital letter at the beginning, and it needs a subject and some action or what is happening in the sentence. And then you need a period at the end, okay? So I wrote an example for you, okay? So here's my sentence. Mine says, I can mail letters at the post office, okay? That's something that I learned from reading the story. So if you want to write the same sentence that I did and use mine as an example, you can do that. If you want to think of your own, that's just fine. But I have everything I need. I have my capital letter. I have what is happening. I'm mailing letters. And where am I doing it? At the post office. And I have my period at the end to tell that the sentence is all done. So that's one example. Now, some of you might think that this is kind of a long sentence and you might not want to write this much. If that's the case, that's okay too. So I wrote a shorter sentence too, just to give you another example of a sentence. So let me show you that one. So here is my shorter sentence, if you would like to try a shorter one, okay? And that's fine. The main thing is just to practice writing, to make sure you're doing a complete sentence and doing your good writing skills, okay? So this one says, the post office has stamps. Okay, and again, I have my capital letter at the beginning. I have my period at the end to tell that it's all done. And I have everything I need. It tells where is it happening, what's happening. You can get stamps at the post office. The post office has stamps. Okay, and it's a more simple sentence, but it has everything that I need. Okay, so there's another example. And just keep in mind too that when you're writing a sentence, anytime you're writing, you need to make sure you're practicing your finger spaces. Okay, so look at this, how I can fit my finger in between these words. That's what I mean by a finger space. That tells me that I have enough space in between my words so that you can read them and you know it's a new word. And I want you to do that too when you're writing, okay? And also, another thing is to use these lines on my paper as a guide to where the letters go, okay? All the letters should pretty much be touching the line at the bottom, okay? And if you have like a letter with a stem, like a P, that needs to go below the line, okay? And you guys know all of this because we have talked about this so much at school. So I know that you're going to remember. But just keep those good things in mind when you're writing, okay? And I just look forward to hearing from you about what kind of sentence you wrote. And then tomorrow, I want you to make sure that you look for Mrs. Davis's video. She's going to be doing one for you with some movement to go with our story. And then on Friday, you're going to have the opportunity to take a virtual field trip to a real post office and see what it is like. So that is going to be really fun. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I'm so happy to be back with you and do more learning with you and enjoy learning some more things about the post office, and happy writing.